Hello, this is Wmpyr here to show you guys a recent video that I shot training with my student. So let's go ahead and start this video. And the idea here was I was trying to explain to him that, you know, if you get in too close, especially if they have a knife, I have a knife, then we're both going to get severely injured or killed. So I'm trying to explain that to him. Boom, you see I come in right there, and at that point it's anything goes. We're both going to get really, really, really hurt. The technique, all that stuff, it don't matter. We're both going to get jacked up. And that's what we want to avoid. So what I want to do is something like this, where I'm keeping my distance and making it difficult. You see how the knife is pointed towards him? And making it difficult for him to come in. He's trying to counter it, by defanging the snake and stuff. But I'm constantly, you see, keeping this distance that he has to go around it, like a spear. Boom. And this is more along the lines of knife fencing. And those shifting movements that I did just now, I didn't step in. I gave the illusion of stepping in. I never stepped in. Okay? And now I'm stepping in, and this is once again where we're both going to get cut up. It's a trade-off is what's happening, and that is something you don't want to do with a weapon or even in self-defense. It just doesn't make sense to me to be doing something like this. So I don't want to be fighting with the opponent where we're going to exchange blows, whether it's with a weapon or without. So now I'm trying to explain that it's more like fencing, where you keep the distance. You see, I'm actually moving back. You're keeping the distance, and you're actually moving away, because even in fencing, you could easily lunge and move forwards, and that is not what we're looking for in this specific case, because this is self-defense. So I want to use my reach advantage and keep it. The moment I enter in close, I lose my reach advantage. And there we go. So I'm using, that was the force-to-force block. And as you saw with the blocks there, I'm actually stepping away. So here, boom, you see I do that and I move back. That is the important thing, is I'm not holding my ground, or I'm not trying to counter him, or I'm not trying to attack him. I'm blocking, and I move back each time. I'm gaining distance as I defend. I'm trying to keep that distance just in case they come in with a combo. And right there, even though he was wearing gloves, I accidentally hit him, so that was my bad. It's very difficult to be accurate with this, and so that shows that I need more work. So boom, you see this, I am using the force-to-force block. And this is where, if I try to counter him, if I'm trying to hit him back, boom, or I'm just trying to hold my ground and block or something without creating the space, this is where I can die, or I can get really, really hurt. So you have to move back. Just blocking alone isn't good enough. You have to block and move back. And what he's saying here, it's a very good point. He's saying, well, if you block it, wouldn't that like shock the enemy because it's defang the snake? Wouldn't that because remember, he just got hit on the hand, so he felt that, right? But I'm telling him here that you are relying on something that you have no control over. I don't want to rely that I hit him with my block perfectly, that it hurt his hand. What if it didn't? So I'd rather assume that it didn't. And the main idea here also with defang the snake, and a lot of people get defang the snake confused, is that I want to defend against the weapon. The moment I start going for his arm, because I know a lot of people have been taught that, go for the arm, destroy the arm. The moment you actually start doing it, you put yourself at risk, okay? So if you're going to go for that, I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm not saying, defang the snake is incorrect. If you are going to do that particular interpretation of defang the snake, and I believe there's multiple interpretations, but if you're going to do that specific one where you're actually going for the arm, then you better make sure that what he said, that you can jolt them so bad that it's going to hurt them really, really effectively, that you're going to be safe afterwards. If not, then you shouldn't, because the moment you come in like this, what I just did right there, I'm vulnerable as well. So boom, right there. I'm using the force-to-force block, and right there I'm blocking. I'm sorry, I'm off screen. And here, I came in with a counter, and you saw that. He could have cut me in the face if he had stepped in right there. So that's why, and I'm told him that and recognize that, and that's why we don't count as much as you want to, as much as we have been programmed to think that way from Hollywood or whatever. We're thinking there's going to be a fight. We're thinking there's going to be this exchange, and there really isn't. Because if you do that, like I said, it's just going to be two dead bodies or two really, really injured people. So now this is the ultimate form of defang. Not defang the snake. It still follows defang the snake. So in a way, it is the ultimate form. But to me, this is the ultimate form of the force-to-force block partner drill that I devised, where one guy has a knife and the other guy has a bag shield. Okay, a defense bag. I call it a bag shield, and you're using the bag like so to defend against the attacks coming in. So you can see this is based off of the stick training that we do, the knife training that we do. So here I am, slashing, stabbing, mixing it all up. He doesn't know what's going to come. And you see every time he blocks, he's moving back. He gets off screen, and that is exactly what you want to do. Because if he stays there, I'm going to go to town on him. Boom, boom. You see, I'm trying to do combos. I'm trying to change it up on him. I'll go low, high, low, but he's moving away to where it's just pointless for me to keep doing that. And now we're going to switch. And I was noticing that he was swiping the bag, swiping with the bag. Okay, so sometimes you need to, but at other times it should be more like a punch, a jolt using the bag. Okay, and I'm going to explain that in a second right here. Okay, so I'm trying to show him real time. So when an attack comes in, boom. Okay. And you're sometimes you need to exaggerate the motion like that, and other times it needs to be quick. So the swipe would be an exaggerated motion. The more jolt thing is a much faster, rapid. So at times you got to go big motion, and you want to be quick about it. As you saw how fast I pulled back. Okay. Why? Because we got to be ready for the next and the next if it comes. And then at other times when it's deep like that, you have to swipe it just like I showed you right now. You have to go make a big motion, because if I just made a quick motion, the stab would continue and it would hit me. So I'm trying to show him that right here. So he's blocking right there. Boom. Okay. And then you see I can switch it up easily. So that's why he needs to bring it back quick and get ready in case there are combinations like that. See, those are quick movements. Boom. And then that one, I would keep coming in. And if he didn't solidly, commit more to that block, I would keep going in. And if he just did a quick movement, I would hit him in the abdomen. I would cut him up. I would disembowel him. So for that one, he needed to really swipe. And then for these other ones, you need to be quick. So those are the two types of attacks that you got to get some practice in. And so anyway, here I want you guys to see some parts of the video again without me stopping it each time, because I did that earlier, so you guys could get more of a you guys can kind of get the whole picture there. So there, so that's the one where I was explaining that, if I come in close, if I charge in like that, and if he doesn't get out of there, and if he just stays there, or if he lets me catch up to him and he's trying to hit me back, we're both going to get hurt bad. So this is me using more the distance, okay? And then this is me charging in where it's dangerous, extremely dangerous to both of us, okay? So I hope you guys can see the difference between that. So that's why I'm saying you want to use your reach, maximize your reach, and keep that distance is what you're doing. So the moment you start stepping in forwards and attacking, I don't care how long your weapon is, you're shortening the distance, and that can get you in trouble. So you see, every time I block, I'm moving away. Boom. You see, I'm going back. If he starts charging, I need to start running backwards. And I cannot be on the hand is the lesson here, right here. I'm showing him that the moment I start trying to defang the snake and start hitting the hand, the arm, then the weapon gets too close to me, and so I'm going to get cut. So he's saying, wouldn't that knock the weapon out of the hand? It might, but it might not. Do you want to gamble your life with that? I don't. So I'd rather be safer. Okay, and unless I know for sure, then I'll do something like that. But if not, I'm not going to take that risk. So you got to know how to fight safer. Okay, it's easy to fight dangerously, and everyone knows how to do it. You just watch two people that have never fought before, and if they're determined enough, they're just going to throw bombs at each other, haymakers, with no defense, no nothing. They're just going at it, right? That's easy to do, actually. All you have to do is close your eyes and just go for it, right? But to be more skilled, to fight smarter, that is what I'm interested in. To use skill, use strategy, to be smart about this. And that's why the bag is being used here. The bag, not empty hand. Empty hand is, we don't want that. So if I'm wearing a hat, a baseball cap or something, I'm going to use that, okay? But right now, I carry a bag. I have a bag with me everywhere I go. A bag like that, something similar to that. I actually have a fanny pack, so I just use that. But it's the same idea. And once again, this comes from the sticks. The original technique is called the force-to-force block. You hold the stick with two hands because you're holding the bag with two hands. It's more secure that way. And there we go. He's working on these attacks. And this is where I noticed, once again, that he was kind of swiping at the wrong time. And when someone's coming in very, very committed and deep, you have to swipe. But at other times, you need to be fast. And making a big motion is going to take away your speed. And you won't be able to keep up with their combos. Okay, so now I believe it's going to be my turn. We're going to swap. No, not yet. So I'm still trying to explain to him right here the difference between, the much bigger motion versus the quicker motion. Two different types. One is faster, and then the other one has a longer contact, and that's what's important. So that was quick, and notice I moved back immediately, maintaining that distance. But if it's coming in deep, you have to do that right there. You have to maintain that contact. You have to really, really get it out of the way. You can't just do a quick shove, because that attack will continue on. So here, and I'm trying to show him that right here. So boom, and then they're going to switch. So in this case, you need to be fast. Boom, boom. Now the good thing is it's very difficult, or physiologically almost impossible for the opponent to mix both of those up together where they could do it both simultaneously. It's either one or the other. Are you going to come in deep, like a deep stab to the belly, or are you going to come in with these quick slashes that change levels, change targets? That we're talking about combinations. So that is what we're trying to work on here. So anyway, that's it for now. Thank you for viewing, and take care, folks.